Alrighty, so this is basically a guide on all the rules. This will help you if you're reporting someone or if you're just trying to RP and not get reported, because some people will just join and think that they don't have that many rules, or there's no rules. It's just one of those games where you can join and randomly do stuff or whatever, but there's actual rules. So if you come up to the top left screen, click on the little book, you'll see all the rules. You also have the civilian, law enforcement, just a guide to like other teams. But yeah, let's start off with the first rule: fail roleplay. So this basically means doing unrealistic acts. Like if you're a cop, you're not just gonna shoot a random person, or you're not gonna shoot a random thing, shoot at something randomly. You're not gonna do anything like pit maneuvering a random car, or like just doing stuff that realistically you just wouldn't do. Like that's illegal. You're not gonna do that. So yeah, or that you can do some illegal stuff, but you can't abuse stuff like what else is there? Federal. If you're like abusing spike strips, for example, to get up in the air, like that's fail roleplay. That's also yeah. So then you have abusive tools. What this means is that if you're shooting a person for no reason, if you're gunning down a cop, or civilians, they don't have tool abuse because they can, gun down people, but this is in an unlisted server. You can shoot people. It's just there's also another thing called mass RDM. So RDM is not a rule, but if you start just shooting up everyone, the limit is like 3. So if you just shoot 3 people for no reason whatsoever, like if you don't have a reasoning to, if they're not like threatening you or whatever, you can't just light them up, because then that becomes mass RDM. And if you just go around shooting everyone, that's mass RDM. But yeah, so that's like the only thing about tool abuse on civilian team. Now cops, however, that goes with everything they have. Like any tools you use against a person, it has to be like legal. You can't just randomly sight someone. You can't randomly tase someone. So you have to actually like do stuff and not just sit there shooting random people as a cop. Now back to fail roleplay. If you pull over someone, for example, they can't like just, if you're like walking down the sidewalk, they can't just look up your username, because they have to RP getting a ID. So see how this person's doing it? They walk up, yada yada. I don't know who they are, but I guess I'm being pulled over. But you have to RP stuff. You can't just run someone's username and say you have a warrant, because that's fail roleplay. Now, if we go back to abusive tools, anything this cop uses, from a taser to a gun, if they have like no reason, like they can't be using any of that on me right now. So if they use any of that, that's considered tool abuse. Then we have NLR. Some people join this game and don't know what NLR is. NLR is new life rule. That means if you die, you can't go back to the same spot for 3 to 5 minutes, or you can't, like, if you see the person, okay, if you see the person again, like within that 3 minutes, and they're like out of that area, you can't use anything else. You can't pull them over. Say they shot you in the past life and you died, and you just see them like, driving legally. You can't pull them over for something that happened in the past life. Now if you see them doing something illegal again, then yes, that also counts as if someone like says you killed, like if you're a civilian and then you kill someone and then they go tell cops that, hey, he killed me, that's also NLR. You can't like speak about your past life. Now you can think about it, but you can't like use that against someone because that's NLR. Now, if you see another person, like say you're a cop and you, like, for example, arrest someone, and then they come back to you and then say, like, why'd you arrest me, or whatever. You know, if you, like, legally arrested them for something illegal they did, and they come back saying, like, hey, that's, why'd you arrest me, yada yada, that's NLR. Like, you can't reference anything from your past life. Something I might want to mention is that to request a mod, if there's a mod on the server, you just do !help. Doesn't matter how help is like said. There's no criteria or whatever on help, the help command. It's just you can't abuse it because that'd be considered abusing tools. So yeah, and on all of these they tell you like the process of like if you break one of them. So like verbal warning and a warning. Now what happens is it's really a moderator's discretion. So if you like, you know, you just blatantly broke NLR and you're obviously coming back shooting everyone that was shooting at you, they're probably going to give you a warning. But if you like just, you know, you broke NLR and, you know, you just went back to the same scene but like did nothing or whatever, they might give you a verbal. But you want to keep in mind that like you can't just try not to break rules. So yeah. And then they have so verbal warning or warning, that's really a moderator's discretion. And then it goes to a kick warn and then a server ban. And if it continues, then you can like really get banned for a couple days. And I mean, if it continues and continues, you can even get banned permanently. But usually you get banned with an appeal, unless you're hacking. If you're hacking, like you can't appeal for that. Okay, next rule, flip abuse. That means if you're in a police chase, for example, here, let me try to flip. So say I'm in a police chase or something, and I'm speeding around corners, yada yada, and then and then I like flip over or something. If I flip over, you can't like flip back over. That's called flip abuse. So like if I were to go, oh no, that doesn't work. But if I were to flip over, say a cop pit maneuvers me, or I take a corner too hard and I flip, you can't flip over. That's like the simplest rule. That's called abuse. Now if you're you know, out and about, you're not being chased, yada yada, sure, if you flip over, you can just reflip. You know, everyone flips over occasionally. But yeah, next is insubordination. This, I don't even know this rule. This can apply. What does that even mean? This can apply when an individual. Oh, okay. What this means is like, if you're told to like stop doing something, and then you do it again, that means like they can, you know, kick warn you, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna pull over again. But okay. But yeah. So that basically means like moderator tells you to stop, you know, you can stop and you know, whatever. But if you like keep going and you get a warning and then another moderator sees you got a warning, you're probably gonna get like a server ban, maybe even a ban depending on what you did. So yeah, that's just basically like saying any of these, it doesn't matter. It's not like you have to have 3 breaking NLRs to get banned. You can have any of these. So they just stack up all together. They're not all separate. Okay, now is spawn killing. What this means is, say you're at civilian spawn. So here I'll go over there. So if you're at civilian spawn and you're a cop, for example, you can't just like wait for someone to come out of spawn and then instantly kill them over and over again. So like, see how you have like this area? You can pull a gun out anywhere along this street. Just in here you can't, because this is spawns, the safe zone. You'll see bottom right or bottom left, safe zone. You're not in the safe zone. If you leave it, you'll see that like little flash red. That's because it's like, I think it just makes you got it or something whenever you're in here. And you can't pull out tools, but then if you come out, you can pull out tools. So yeah, that's basically what that means. So if you're just constantly killing people here, or you go to like the police station, which actually TSP and townships right over here. So if you come over here, you know, and they're coming out the back door and you're just killing them over and over again, then yeah, that's considered spawn camping. But if you like are just simply like trying to help your friend or whatever, you can't, or you can, but it can be considered scene ambushing. So like if you, for example, you and your friend get pulled over or something and then you just run away and the cop doesn't chase you, and then like he says, oh hey, help, I'm handcuffed over here, you can go help him. But now if you're just like not involved at all, you're not talking to him, he's not asking help or whatever, and you just walk up and start shooting the cop, that's called scene ambushing, because like that's their own RP. So you can't just walk up and shoot a cop that's like arresting someone or going after someone, you know. Like if like the mafia or whatever, sure, they're all connected, they can, you know, help out. But since they're not, yeah. So that's like a new rule. I don't believe that's in here at all. Yeah, scene ambushing is not in here, I believe. Yeah. Then you have leave to avoid arrest, which is also called LTAP. Some people might be familiar with that. It's also like leave to avoid administrative action, leave to avoid moderation action. So this basically applies to like everything. So if you're being arrested or something and you get tased or cuffed, if you get tased and you leave, it's an automatic like 3-day ban. Automatic. Now it says a automatic or whatever 2-hour ban, but it's really 3 days. So you just get 3 days banned, instant. There's no, it's not, you actually have to like report it. This the thing doesn't actually say like or whenever if you were to LTAP, it doesn't like automatically ban you. So in other words, you have to actually have proof to get someone banned. So that's like another good topic. No one can do, like mods, they can't do anything unless you have proof or they saw it with their own eyes. If they were like there and they just blatantly shot someone, yeah, they can take moderation action because they saw it with their own eyes and they have footage because they're always recording. But if you are reporting someone, you have to have evidence of them doing something. You can't report someone and not have evidence, because then they can't do anything. So yeah. So if I go back here, that's basically LTAP. LTAP, you know, arresting, or when you're arrested, if you're in cuffs and you leave, you automatically get like 10 minutes in jail. I don't know. I think, yeah, you still get like a ban or something for that. But yeah. Then you have also glitch abuse. So it says right here 5 to 10 day. Sometimes, like, depending on like how bad it is, if you're like really glitching and doing some serious stuff, you could just get like a straight ban, I think. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you're glitching into walls, going like the vaults, some people would literally just walk right through the vault door, which is glitching. Sometimes, I mean, it could be considered even exploiting. So any sort of glitching That's also a huge thing. Bypassing words/music, that's against Roblox 2S. So if you're caught doing that, you can get a straight ban for that, because that's basically bypassing the chat filter. Resetting/leaving. So this is LTAP combined with just resetting. So like if you're in a police chase and you reset in the middle of it, you're probably gonna get like a warning or a ban. If you're like doing if you just like leave whenever you're like jailed, with like an admin jailed you or whatever, and you just leave, automatic ban. Doesn't matter what you did, you're just getting banned. Plus some time, I think it just adds on whatever you did if you were getting banned. So yeah, admin abuse. It's pretty simple. You get demoted, or I mean, you can get like suspended, striked, or like demoted completely and banned. I mean, it's pretty simple. How it works is that admins, like, they can't, or I mean moderators, so it starts off at moderator. Well, let me slow down. If you're a community member, you have no powers, no shirt commands, whatever, all of that, so you can't really do that. Like, you have really no power. Now intern mods, same thing. They're just like, I'm an intern mod, I don't have any commands. I have the same commands as community manager. So I mean, not community manager, community member. So there's nothing different. So if you see a intern modding game, you can't really go asking them to deal with your mod set, because they can't do anything. They don't have power. So yeah. If you are yeah, so that's basically admin abuse. Now, well, yeah, that's moderators. Then it intern mods. And then moderators is they have the power to ban people, kick whatever, but they don't have the powers to like give themselves guns or use the M command or votes. Like, they can't say notify Winghaven is open. They could say like clear this street, because sometimes there's like 100 cars just in the street and it's all a mess. So sometimes you can just say that. I'm actually running out of gas, but that's what they'll do. They don't have any like power except for just doing moderation action. Now senior mods, that's when they can start hosting events, doing other things like giving other people guns. Now if you're a moderator, you can get permission, I believe, to give yourself a gun. You can't give other people guns. That's strictly against it. Now if you're senior mod and you're doing an event, you can give other people guns and yourself a gun. But that's if you have, permissions, yada yada. So, yeah. Now, senior mods can do the notify command where they can say like, hey, Winghaven's open. So they have more power because they're trusted. There's only 3 of them, and there's like 10 mods or moderators. So there's like 3 intern mods. That's why. Yeah, so that's admin abuse. I mean, anything of that sorta, and then it really just goes like up from there to the point where like, the founder, they can do whatever they want. But yeah. Next is exploiting. Like, it's pretty simple. You exploit, you're permanently banned. There's no appealing, whatever. If you have like an alt account or something, and say you get banned on your main, and then you're found, like, they find out you're on your alt or whatever your alt is, you can get you're permanently banned, I believe, I think you can appeal, but yeah, permanent ban without appeal is like exploiting, hacking, stuff that, just they can destroy the server in a second. Now, That basically covers all the rules plus some. If you want to report people, you either like in game, you can say the help command, and then like they can, jail him or whatever. If they see him doing stuff still, they can jail him if they see it with their own eyes. But if they don't, then they can't just jail him. But if he's obviously doing something, they can. So if it's an in-game, I believe you can send it to their DMs. Now, if they're like busy, yada yada, you can open a ticket. If there's no mods, the Discord server down below, you join that. That's like the main one, and then at the top there's a support Discord. So that means like you can go there, report a moderator, report a person, appeal. It's called the reports and appeals. So yeah, make sure to join those, and then yeah, there's that's basically like all the main rules. So yeah, but thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Victoria County content, and let me know what you want to see on Victoria County if you want to see more. But this is basically just a guide to all the rules. Alright, so yep, make sure to like and subscribe and come play Victoria County. Link will be in the description. Join their Discord, and yeah.